advantage takes time to see. Okay, now the change happens when the evaluation continues. Finding more things. Now the change happens when, as I said, not only they're doing this for the internal needs, right? But they also have a consulting, a go-to-market arm, the consulting. So when they tee up the second meeting, I get to meet the head of consulting, and from him I discovered that their key, because they are relatively late to the market, so they also want to differentiate. Their focus is that not only on the IT part, but also on targeting the factories, the industrial, the utility, the power sites, of the hospital. So we have a very unique offering where we are one of the few solutions in the market where we can cover both IT and OT, the operational technology. So that's where something came in. So I kept on connecting with this head of consulting to help him unpack what he needs and how Tenable can help them with the go-to-market, because we also have a lot of alignment in their potential customers, which are government, because we are very heavy in government sector. Also, government customers are looking at some particular needs, like the solution must be performed very well on-prem, not just a cloud solution. Sometimes they require this kind of security, and then some FedRAMP certificates, very specialized. Then, so the differentiation part, and also for them to go into this we call MSP, this market. The key thing that they missed is that we don't compete. We don't have our own in-house MSP offering. We don't do this kind of service, but our competitor, the other person, does this. So it's kind of a conflict of interest, because sometimes that people miss that he didn't know that. Then when I came back to the champion, as he was doing, evaluated, is that I connect with them, and then I got a signal where he connected also with me on LinkedIn, from cold to warm, and then we were talking about more into the decision criteria. I find out that they're also transitioning their current ticketing system into another one to align with their global operations. So even right now, we don't integrate with what they have at the moment, but what they are moving into, we are. Now, also not just any integration. That we need to point out is that the solution, the ticketing solution they're moving into, actually sees us as a strategic partner. So they are the one to develop this integration. So which gives them more powerful tools, more future-proofing logics they can use to set up all the different automation, which is huge. And then as I'm moving this main evaluator into a champion, he also shared with me that actually you don't, like my boss, right? He wants automation, right? He wants to have that fixing part. But for me, it's not a deal breaker, since if you want to auto patch, sometimes it can involve problems, like I mentioned before. So I realized, okay, this guy, he's very smart. He's also thinking into the future, not just sometimes the marketing tactics can work. Another thing I realized is that as the CISO show up in the first meeting, but later on other meetings, this guy has been driving. He's the one to call everyone together, even for the external facing, the consulting partner. He's also the one to arrange people together and kept on the email. That's how I see. Okay, this is also how you verify a champion. So not just they are evaluating, but do they have the influence to bring people together? A funny thing to point out is that. Maybe let's put this native integration, aligning with global. Right. So from the decision criteria, I get influence. That I'm trying to say. Okay, I think what I'm trying to say is, we have the consulting part. This is how we get into influencing why they should consider us more, even though we're maybe more expensive. And also when you go into the future, we have this native integration initiated by the strategic solution you will be migrating to, aligning with global operations. And also later on, I find out, actually, the aligning with global is a key thing for them in all decision makers. And even though the CISO is the economic buyer, he actually came back that this guy will be the decision maker. So whatever. I think this will be also a trend in enterprise buying committee. So not just connecting with sell high, not like in the past, right? It's really top down approach. But you want to find out, you want to get multi-threading, you want to have multiple people you're talking to, where you're influencing, to make sure all the stakeholders are happy. And then obviously the champion who's making a decision, you have a closer relationship with them. So let me write this down. Multi-threading. How did I find out this? I'll share this in the future videos. So at this point, we get basically the solution is good. It's not from neck to neck to something is not so clear, right? Like even to the point where my champion would say, you guys are more expensive for a reason. Now this is the time where I can come back to my managers. All right, let's craft an offer. We need to make this enticing, more compelling.